So once again, the winter window has gone and we are without a lot of players that we had last year. There's been another mass exodus. We've managed to bring some in. We've not done enough just yet. And the Swedish Cup group stage has now turned up and we need to play teams in the first division. So as mentioned, yeah, we are a little bit up shit creek, but we'll have to just deal with it. At the minute, we have a squad. It's not the biggest squad. We are at what's that? We got 10, 11, 12, 13 players, and we got 3 goalkeepers. So yeah, we're a little bit stuck at the minute. If we just do a bit of so this is going to be a little bit different to how we normally do our transfer specials because we're in the group stage of the cup. We've never done the cup before. Basically, the way it works is we played the first 2 rounds at the end of last season, and then this ends up being kind of like a little bit of a pre-season group. We're in group 6. We've got BK Häcken of the first division, the Premier Division. We've got Trollhättan, who are in the first division south, so in the south, the southern version of our league. And then we've got another team in the Premier Division. Only one team goes to the quarterfinals, which is definitely going to be one of the Premier Division sides. So I'm not even worried about it too much. We've had lots of preseason friendlies against lower league opposition to try and just get fit, which I think we are for the most part pretty fit. It's just, yeah, we're a little bit light on numbers, but we've won lots of games, so the dynamics are really good, which is good. And but we have lost a lot of players, so let's just do a massive big transfer wrap up basically. So if we go to released players this season. So if I just go through everyone who's left the club. So Ibrahim Touré's left. He obviously came in, was on at £280 a week, was absolute rubbish, so he's gone. Hansen, who's been around for a while, a good long while, was at the club, obviously really not up to the level at this point, so he's left as well. Would have been, I think he was I think he's had a nation change. He was previously Swedish, but I think he's had a nation change. Bjorsson's left, obviously the right back. Again, probably just not that good. So he's left on a free. Unfortunately, Baptiste left. So the weird thing was some players, when their contracts ran out, stayed on month-to-month deals. Others just left. Archie Baptiste was someone I really wanted to keep. He was very, very good for us, but unfortunately he's left. So he's actually went a step up, to be fair. So he's went to a team in the division above, so clearly enjoyed Sweden. He was very good. We would have loved to have kept him, but he didn't want to sign a new deal. He didn't want to stay. Dante Plunkett's left. He's gone, Plunkett, he's went to Crewe of the National League now. They must have been relegated. Again, just not that good. He's went on there on a non-contract, so not a big loss. One that is a big loss is Lucas Harrison. He obviously came in, was really good, 3 goals, 4 assists in 11. Going to be a big miss. He's also went to a team in Sweden, but in the league above, and he's on 1.1 to 1.4 grand a week. So he's on big wages. Damsgaard was on a rolling month-to-month contract, so his contract expired. This is probably the only mistake I've made. I probably should have offered him a new deal because he has been decent for us. But he's just kind of left. I don't really know what happened. He agreed to do a month-to-month deal, and then a couple days later he left. This was a guy that was one of the non-contracted players that I brought in just to bring in someone, or maybe it was him. There was some grayed out players that I signed just to try and fill the squad out, but then I realized you don't actually have to sign them, you can just use them. We have signed players though, which we don't have to go into the transfer history to see. So we've still got, from last season, we've still got Stalnacki, who's basically just going to be our emergency backup keeper. We gave him a new deal, £20 a week with £7 appearance fee as an emergency backup. That's perfect. Rosberg's still here. He signed a new non-contract as well. His has gone down. He was on £30. Now it's 25 plus his goal has gone. So as you can see, a lead and second division player now is 2 stars for us. So at least we can get a good judge of players coming in. Chambo's still here. He is 3 stars of current ability. So lead and second player. Again, signed a new deal. He's on a part-time contract, £85 a week, £15 appearance or £100 a week off the wage. Not bad. Emerson Emerson's still here. He was always on a non-contract. Robinson has signed a new deal, which was good. So he's on £200 a week overall, with is between the wage and the appearance fee. He's a good First Division North player, so he's definitely our best player at the club. Happy to keep him here, and hopefully we'll keep him beyond this season as well. Worrell's still here. He's signed a new deal, £80 a week to the end of the season. Tornberg, another one, £90 a week till the end of the season, so he's still here. We obviously need these Swedes. And then other than that, it's all new players, so let's go through them all. So we've got Erlin. David Erlin is a 21-year-old Swedish goalkeeper. I think we're playing absolutely nothing on him. We took a bit of a risk. We didn't scout him. We just took a bit of a risk on a goalkeeper we could sign on a free loan. He's rubbish, so he'll probably never play except in an emergency. So he's not great. We have signed another goalkeeper, though. We have signed Luke Thompson, 20-year-old goalkeeper on a non-contract. He's only a leading second division player, so my ideal scenario is we get a better goalkeeper in and then bin this guy off. He's on quite a big appearance fee as well, on £240 a week. He was originally from Blackburn's Academy, went to Crewe, never played, and then has signed for us on a free. So he's definitely our best goalkeeper, but I still don't think he's great. We've got this guy, Daniel Wacklin, is a Finnish 19-year-old midfielder. He's played plenty of games, but mostly for the academy team in Finland. 3 stars of current ability, again on a non-contract. Again, pretty high fee for a pretty mid player. If we get someone better, he's out the door straight away. We've got Adam El-Juani. He's a 20-year-old Swede. He is from Malmo and AIK's academy, so some decent pedigree. He's pretty quick. He honestly doesn't seem too bad. 3 stars of current ability, but with obviously 5-star potential. He's a youngster. He's Swedish. He's also on a non-contract, and we're only paying him £100 per appearance. I'm actually happy to keep him in the club. Even if we get a better right back, he'll be still in the club. I think we'll keep him around as a homegrown player. We've then got another new signing, probably the best of the new signings. Dimitri Sanits is an 18-year-old Danish midfielder. He is 3.5 stars of current ability, so a decent First Division North player, and £200 a week till the end of the season. So £250 with the appearance fee. He's from Copenhagen's academy. He's probably decent. He's our Harrison replacement, so not bad at all. And then the last new boy in, another actual decent signing, is Momar Fall. He is a 20-year-old Senegalese, meant to be a winger. I actually see him more as a striker. He's 6'2". He's not very quick, but he can get up in the air. This guy is not a winger. He was originally from, obviously played in Senegal, but then went to Istra in Croatia. So he's left there. He's 4 stars of current ability. I'm a little bit sus of the coach. I'm looking at this. It's just very all around decent, I guess. He doesn't scream unreal player. At the minute, though, because we are so light on numbers, we've got a decent number of attackers. It's just the defence is very, very light. So we are having to play a lot of players out of position. So that's a transfer roundup. We've obviously still got lots of deals left to try and do. Our budget actually got slashed from last season. So I think we had 2.8 grand a week. It's now down to 2.6 because, well, as you can see, we just don't make too much money. What I am wondering is, because we're on 52 grand a week, how much of these cup games at home are actually going to... we've got a big home game first. So I'm interested to see whether we make any money from it, because apparently, let's say there was 300 people turn up, even if they're only paying 10 quid, that's 30k that comes in. That's a big amount for us. So hopefully we can get some money from it, because at the minute we are just sort of treading water. I don't think, again, we've improved the squad. I think we're just staying level at the minute. So hopefully with the tactic being settled, hopefully we can get some more players in. But someone like Tornberg showing as one of the better players is worrying, because he was one of the worst players last year. So it's slightly worrying. I do think we've got probably a decent striker in. You know, Emerson's fine. Obviously Worrell will probably play on the right. The midfield will probably be these two. He's better than he looks. He's not used to playing that attacking mid position. And then, yeah, we need a left back. We probably need a better right back. We need 2 centre backs, probably 3 centre backs, and a goalkeeper. So we're still very much on the lookout. We've still got 1.1 grand a week available. We're trying to get loans in. The thing is, I don't know if we're just glitched or what, but it's like, people who should probably be signing for us, like players who are playing in the 4th division of Sweden, like the division below us, don't want to sign for us because of our reputation. That seems a little bit mad. If they're playing for a team in the 4th division, why don't they want to join us? I don't really know. We've increased the number of scouts and stuff like that, so hopefully in the coaches, so hopefully we can try and get a bit of a better setup as well, get some better scouting. But yeah, so that's a transfer wrap up. Let's get into the first game of the group stage. We're going to do 2 games. We'll play. We'll probably just play the 1 game actually in the cup. We'll do the other 2 off camera, and then basically what we'll do is all of the rest of the transfers up to the start of the new season. So like I said, we have got our very first game in the Swedish Cup group stage. I think the good thing is at least the Swedish Cup isn't as broke as we think it is. Maybe it needed a couple seasons to get into it. I don't really know. I'm putting a marker down this season. If we don't make any improvement in the league, like if we don't get comfortably mid-table, if we're in a relegation scrap, this is our last season at the club. We can't be sitting here for 5-6 seasons just fighting relegation every year. I think there's just something weird going on with the club where we just can't sign players, or I don't know, maybe I think I need to just be so much more meticulous with signings. I need to be going through every club, every single player who's been released and offering trials, because I think our scouting's just rubbish. So we obviously need some improvements. We're going into a game against a top division side with a pretty rubbish side. As you can see, we've got a couple other players on trials we have offered deals to, but obviously nothing come from that just yet. Obviously, most of the time, I think the other thing as well, because I've loaded so many leagues, it's really hard to sign players. Like, everyone just gets snapped up by someone else, and we've got like terrible reputation. So I'm putting a marker down. If we don't finish at least comfortably mid-table, I want to stay at this club. But if we don't finish at least comfortably mid-table, if we're in a relegation scrap, we've got to call it quits at the end of this season. This will be my last season. But I'm hoping we can make improvements, especially with this new tactic. What I think I need to do is get rid of the first tactic now and just have this as our sole tactic. But this is the team we're going with. If we start to get pumped like 4-5-0 before first half, we're just going to instant result it, because we don't want to sit and watch us get demoralised by the top division side. But it's debuts for Thompson, Wacklin, who's playing out of position at centre-back. We've got Thornberg. We've got a greyed-out other centre-half. This is going to be a good game, I'm sure. We've got El Juani making his debut. We've got Worrell playing left wing-back. Not really his position. We've got Robinson and Sanet making his debut. Farl making his debut on the right-hand side. Emerson and Chambo up front. And then we've got Erlin on the bench and Rosberg as well. Stalnacki out the squad. We don't need them. We've chucked a bunch of grey stars on the bench as well, just to make sure that, you know, there's nothing... that we're not short if we do get injuries and things like that. Fully expect to get beaten today. These are a team in the top div, even with a full strength side for ourselves. Even if we had a full side, I wouldn't expect us to get anything. I think the other team weirdly drew with the top division side, so maybe these sides play a rotated side when they put the team out. I don't really know. If we got any kind of moderate result here, I'd be happy. If we just get beat by a goal or two, I will take that, to be honest. I think there is such a huge gap between the top division and our division that it is crazy. There is, I definitely think as well. I think I think the thing why we're struggling so much with this league is that the teams that come down from the second division are really a lot better than the teams that sit. That come up from the fourth division. So I think that's the main issue, and it looks like we're going to get caught on the counter. There's not many men forward for them, but they've had an effort from distance. Oh, we need a new goalkeeper again. We've got we cannot avoid a rubbish goalkeeper. That was not that good of an effort from like 40 yards out. He should be saving that. I'm sorry, he should be getting down and pushing that away. That was not that big. That was not that hard of a chance to save, I don't think. We need another goalkeeper. We are on just literally just signing players that improve us, but we need better players. I mean, he didn't even move for that one. We can't avoid rubbish English goalkeepers. We really can't. He seems to have done okay in some of the off-screen stuff, though. And to be honest, 30 minutes in, we're getting pumped, but it's only 1-0, so I'll take that. I definitely do want to try Farl up top at some point during this game as well. I'll probably bring him on second half and bring Rosberg on to play on the wing instead of Chambo at some point anyway. But yeah, I don't foresee Rosberg getting much game time this season either. A lot of these players are just literally youngsters who can just sit and basically they just sit there and just act as cover, really. It's never intended for them to get in the side, but honestly, so far, I'm not too unhappy. I guess we're 1-0 down. We've not really done too much, but I don't think they're really giving it their all either. Weird that Thornberg is over on this side and is starting to cross balls in. I'm not really sure what that is. Obviously, the other thing is as well, we're not married to this tactic, unlike the other tactic where I really was quite a fan of it. I'm not married to this tactic if it's just something I've found seems to work okay since the update. It's 2-0 now. I can't blame Thompson on that one. That was a good finish. Probably poor defending. But again, we've got a DM and a greyed out centre-half in the back line. So I'm really not too upset. Like I say, if we go 4 or 5 down, we'll just instant result the rest of it. But honestly, not too upset. I will tell the boys I'm upset because, it's just what I do. We're going to chuck Fall up top. We'll actually bring Rosberg on. He can get some match fitness as well. I see Fall as a striker. He might not be. He might not even be that good. I think he's a bit of a weird player because he's quite big. He's not very quick, but he seems to suit being a winger more. Like, he likes being a winger, which I don't see at all because, like I say, he's big and slow. He kind of reminds me of Victor Anichebe, where he's like big and not the quickest, yet he wants to be a winger when he's really more of a striker, but maybe he's just not very good in front of goal, so he says he's a winger. Hopefully that's not the case. He is on a non-contract, which is the case for a lot of these players. They're all on non-contracts, so if we don't like them, we can just get rid of them. And I think I want to be offering more non-contracts rather than... See, in my head, I was thinking what would do... Well, that was a good knockdown by Fall. That's the other thing as well. We do have an outlet with him up top. And Sanet is there, and I thought we might have just got a goal there. But that was, that was a good knockdown from Fall. And like I say, that's something we probably didn't have with Chambo being like 5'8" or 9" or whatever he is. It is a bit of an outlet for us, which, we're considering we only have one up front, we do kind of need that hold-up striker. We can't really, just rely on getting it out wide every single time. Sometimes we're going to have to go long. Sometimes we're going to have to ask the striker to hold it up. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but hopefully he can do good stuff. Thompson, again, nowhere near it, but, again, they're a good side, so can't really complain too much. It looks like El Giwani isn't great, so we'll take him off. What we'll do is we'll bring Worrell onto the right and just bring this grade star guy out off the bench just because don't want players getting injured as well. We don't really have a full squad. But yeah, we expected to get beat today. This was no surprise. If we concede another, we'll just instant result the rest of it. Would have been nice to see us score, but I don't think it's to be, unfortunately. But there is Fall. Let's see what he can do. That was a good ball over to Emerson, so he could be a decent player. Emerson on the turn. And he's finished it. Johnny Emerson with a goal. It's Bergenstadt AIK 1, BK Hacken 3. We've got a goal in front of the home crowd. It looks like a bumper crowd as well, to be fair. So clearly the big boys turning up does have an impact. Obviously, we don't really have the biggest ground anyway. But that was good stuff. An assist for Fall, a goal for Emerson, who's on a 5.9 despite scoring. Shows you how good he's been. And there's Emerson again getting on it. Olsen, the grade star player, into Sanet, into Rico, into Robertson, who plays it back to Emerson. Oh my God, he's offside. I thought he'd let... I thought he had another... Oh, Emerson, you know what? He really struggled to score when we first got him, but he seems to have found the net in the back end of last season. So hopefully that carries over into this season, because he is, by all accounts, should be a decent player for this level, yet was just not really getting the goals or contributions at all to justify that. But hopefully this season he can start to kick on. But Rosberg, lovely bit of movement there into Fall. It was not a bad effort from Fall, but not really a striker's finish, which is slightly worrying. Would have liked to seen him bury that one. That would have gave me a lot of confidence. But that was good work from Rosberg, who maybe I'm saying he isn't going to get much game time, but maybe we should be giving him a little bit here and there, because he is still a youngster with potential. Obviously, we don't really have the infrastructure to maximise that potential, to be fair. But in the end, I don't think it's going to matter anyway, because I would hope we would make enough progress to so that wasn't an issue. I think we've given away a penalty, which is, yeah, it is what it is. But you know what? I'll take this. It's not a bad result. I mean, it's not a good result, but it's not terrible. We haven't been whacked 10-0. And I think it's clear that we've got issues probably in net. We obviously need defenders. But in the attack, we've done some okay stuff. And against some worse, against... With the limited chances we've got, we've scored, and we maybe could have had two. I mean, we could have had... Fall could have scored, that effort, and Emerson's was only just offside. So I don't think we're miles away in the attack. It's probably the defence. I'm a little bit worried that the new midfielder doesn't look very good, but obviously it might take. The other thing is as well is at least we're getting a few games in with the new boys to let them gel as well, because the other problem we've had is that players don't gel because we've had to bring in players so late into the window every single time to try and fill out a squad, that we're starting the new season with unfit players who haven't gelled, and it's just been a bit of an issue. But Rosberg down the right hand side, 4-1. I mean, if we get a goal here, I'll be buzzing. Rosberg, not a bad effort. Probably need to try and place it into fall. I think the other thing is as well, we do have 2 strikers now, so we could always go back, not necessarily to the system we had, but to some form of two striker system, because now we've got Chambo and Fall. We could definitely get some form of two striker business going on, where we've got one who's more of the hold up and more of the attacking one. I would like to just play the system we have, but I think the new update has basically broken that, so we won't be able to do that. Another effort from Hacken, not too far off. I mean, I don't think these have really got out of second gear. It's been quite comfortable for them. But, you know, we've done okay, I think. Like I say, we know the problem areas. We just don't have enough of an actual squad. And obviously the gap is huge anyway. But hopefully, I'll be interested to see what this did to the finances, having a bigger crowd, because we don't really get big crowds for our games. The fact that Thompson hasn't just caught that, I think I would have caught that in seriousness. I think I could have caught that. So that is worrying. It's just, I'm finding it very difficult to sign players, especially on loan as well. I feel like we should be able to get loans in, but we just can't for some reason. We just cannot loan players in, and that is Mitrovic with the 5th. Not that Mitrovic, a different one. It's a 5-1 loss. It's a little bit demoralising. I think in the end, it does feel a little bit demoralising straight from the free kick. But, you know, we didn't have proper defenders, so I'm not even that upset. We scored. I'm happy enough with that. Yes, we're obviously going to go, well, that's not our table, so I don't know why it's showing us that. But we're definitely going to finish probably bottom or second bottom. But it is what it is. We'll test ourselves off camera with the next 2 games. But yeah, we'll definitely do the next 2. So what I'm going to do is keep going, basically do the other games off camera. Obviously, we've got friendlies as well. And hopefully we'll have some more signings by the time we get to the first. Well, we'll have to have more signings by the time we get to the first game of the season, because at the minute we don't have a squad. So yeah, I'll be back like Arnold, and hopefully again we'll have won some games. We may have even won this game, who knows? And hopefully have some new signings to show you as well. Right, so we've reached the first game of the season, and we've just about assembled not the Avengers, but a squad capable of probably staying in the league. Before we go through all the players, if we look at the media prediction, I think this is probably the highest we've been. I think we're usually in the bottom 2 or 13th at most. So we're expected to finish 12th, which is, again, just outside the relegation zone. I'm hoping to do a little bit better than that and get a little bit further up. What I have noticed, though, is that I think as the seasons go on, the other teams are also struggling to sign players as good as the ones that they've had previously. So whilst we aren't necessarily signing better players, everyone else around us are signing slightly worse players. Östersund's by far and away are expected to go up automatically. Obviously, there's then a playoff place. We're not even worried about that. If we can get anywhere, probably 8th or above, if we can finish in the top half, that to me is an improvement and a good season. So I'll be really happy with that. As mentioned, we do have a new squad, and we're going to go through that. But 1 second, I just need to reply to an email at work because I'm a bad boy doing this at work. There we go. The virtues of working from home. You can Skype and make Football Manager videos when you're not too busy. So yeah, we've got our full squad. If we go through the transfer history, we'll see who the hell are these boys? I think this is including trials and stuff like that. I wish you could like filter out. So yeah, we haven't signed anyone else, but we've gone through and got some loans in. I don't know where. I think you may have only seen Ellen. So everyone else, I think, is new to you. So we went through, got a load of loans in. Excuse me. So yeah, these are the loan boys that have come in. So the first one is Emir Dari Orvason. He's a 19-year-old Icelandic centre half. He is on £80 a week at his parent club, but we're getting him on a free. He's here till October, so not quite the end of the year. He's a lead in second division, but with big potential. Again, just another option at centre back, 6'5" as well, so pretty decent. Another one in is Baker Isaac Arneson. He is a 20-year-old Icelandic midfielder. He's on £240 at his parent club. And again, we're getting him for a free. He's a decent First Division North player, so definitely a good pickup on a free loan. Happy with that. Again, we've got him till October, which is going to be a pretty run theme with these. Another Icelandic midfielder. This time it's Pettersson, 19-year-old. Again, not paying any of his wage. We've got him till October. He's 3.5 stars of current ability, so another good loan in. We've then got Peter Dan Gunnarsson is a 3.5 star centre half, another decent First Division North player, and again he's on a loan till October. We are paying most of his wages though, £220 a week, which is not bad to be fair, considering he is quite good. Another one in is Suren Hagop. He is on loan from IK Brage, which is a team in the division above us. He's Swedish, so he counts as homegrown. He's not as good though. He's only a lead and second division player, but a decent backup to play on the wing. And we've got our new left back, Elias Christensen. He is a 20-year-old Danish left back. He is 3.5 stars of current ability, and again he's on a loan where we're not paying all of his wages. He is here till the end of the season, so the Icelandic ones will leave us at some point, but we got enough around us to probably be okay until then. Obviously the goal, one thing we have done as well is left a good bit of the wage, so that when we get to free transfer day in July, my goal this year is to try and get players on a contract but add an optional extension, so that if we do bring some English specifically players in, like we had in Baptiste, like we had in Harrison, we're not going to lose them. Like I was saying, we have had a tactical shift as well, so we've gone to a 4-2-4 now, which will hopefully provide us with a few more goals. Based on the pre-season, we did okay in the friendlies, but then in the groups, we didn't do very well. We lost 5-1 to Hacken. We lost 1-0 away to Trollhättan, which is a team in the same level as us, but in the south. We then played the new system, the new 4-2-4, against a team in the first division, and we only lost 1-0. And then we played that for the rest of the friendlies and did quite well. So I think this is the team we're going with. I do think we're still a few short, and I think it's pretty obvious where we're short. But we've got Thompson in goal. I think we do need a better goalkeeper. I'm still going to be out on the lookout for him. We've then got El Juwani at right back. Again, I think we could do better there. We've then got Thornberg as one of the centre halves. We've then got Orvason as the other centre half. And then we've got Christensen at left back. Our best centre half, Gunnarsson, is away on international duty until the 28th of the 3rd. So he's only going to miss the first game of the season. But Christensen in at left back, he's probably good enough. Happy with that. Oh my God, he's 6'6". I didn't even realise. Should he not be should we not convert him to be a centre half? Marking, I mean, his marking and tackling is not that good, but he's very, yeah, he's 6'6". Well, you should get him in on the corners. We then got a midfield two of Arneson, who's obviously 3 stars, and then our own boy Rico Robinson, who's 4 stars of current ability. So definitely is the best player at the club. Then we've got a front four, I'd called it. So we've got Fall on the wing. I still think he's probably better as a striker, but we don't really have another winger. We've got Emerson on the left, who I'm happy with. And then we've got Chambo and Worrell as the strikers. I think this is where we probably need better players. Obviously, Worrell, I may end up swapping these around, so it's something like that, rather than the other way around. But I don't really know with Fall. He's not really a winger. He's not really a striker. He's kind of in a weird position. We've then got the 2 backup keepers on the bench. We've got the Rosberg and Hagop, and then Pettersson is the only other player. Obviously, we can only have... we're lacking again in Swedish players, so we have to leave 2 positions on the bench. Sanet is obviously our player, and he is tied down. So there's every chance that we bring him in, but he's only a lead in second division player. So it's a little bit of an awkward one. So it's either going to be him. There's always going to be someone missing here. And obviously Gunnarsson misses out because he's away on internationals. But is Pettersson better than Arneson? I don't really know. They're probably quite similar. I think based on star ratings, Pettersson's probably actually slightly better, so we'll probably just chuck him in. But yeah, I think this is the team we'll go with. Like I say, I think we're probably missing some strikers. We're not currently in the market for anyone yet. Again, there's not really anyone available. We're probably wanting to save our wage until June, July period. But if we can get some more free or cheap loans in until then, great. Otherwise, I think this is what we've got to work with. I'm hoping we'll be fine. Obviously, we are going to try the new tactic out as well as the new players. And that's going to be next episode. So next episode will be our first 2 games of the season. We've got Karlstad and Stocksund, who I think are both pretty decent teams at the level. Karlstad expected to finish 2nd, Stocksund 10th. So it'll give us a little bit of a feeler for where we're going to be. I think that'll be a decent litmus test. So if we can get 4 points out of the first 2, we're definitely going to be doing well. If we get 0 points, we may struggle, but I guess we'll figure all that out as we go. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Euro Journeyman. And like I said, next episode will be our first 2 games of the season. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for more very soon.